Assalamualaikum. Today me and my group are going to present on our report on the Ministry of Housing and Local Government Tower, which is located in Precinct 4, Putrajaya, Selangor. First, let me introduce my group members. Our group consists of me, Muhammad Zulhusni, Erfa, Alyani Izzati, Nur Atikah, Nur Syahadatul Aisyah, and El-husairi.
Let's get to know our case study. So the building was originally known as the Kementerian Kerajaan Tempatan dan Perumahan, but it was restructured as the Kementerian Kesejahteraan Bandar, Perumahan dan Kerajaan Tempatan on May 15, 2013. The building is an office building that was completed in 2011 and it has 45 floors including 4 basement levels. The Kementerian Kesejahteraan Bandar, Perumahan dan Kerajaan Tempatan was established to implement programs and activities aimed at improving the quality of life of urban residents. So maintenance of this building has been taken care of contractor which is Beribu Tradisi for 5 years. So the facilities provided in this building are the basement and open space parking area, toilet, child care center, cafeteria, information counter, waiting area, prayer room, gymnasium, hall at the basement 1.
This Capacity Tower was designed accordingly to the shape of the bamboo shoot that can be seen from the left and right elevation. The top of the front facade pattern symbolizing a traditional form of textile craft which is the songket. The appropriate selection of material can make this building more elegant and modern. The use of materials such as the glazed curtain wall cladding makes the building look modern, and the use of the glass roof with the metal structure at the ground floor makes this building more futuristic. The rear elevation of the tower designed with the aluminium cladding finishes.
For the list of services in this building, it includes lift system, solar panel system, electrical system, gondola system, sewerage system, genset system, CMMS and BAS system, firefighting system, water reticulation system, telecommunication system, control room and CCTV system, air conditioning, district cooling system.
Capacity Building has applied preventive maintenance program which was taken from the PWD guidelines. The preventive maintenance, as the name indicates, the equipment has maintenance plan to avoid or prevent from the most complicated breakdowns. In Capacity Building, they have breakdowns the planning into 3. Short-term planning, medium-term planning and also long-term planning. The short-term planning basically will be covered the day-to-day activities in order to evaluate the progress for presence and create action plan for improving the daily performance. Usually, the short-term activities including checking, inspection, housekeeping and also cleaning. As for the medium-term planning, it is covered the periods of 6 to 2 years depending on the range years of the planning itself. The medium planning will take place for components or systems that are required for deep investigations or inspection, and it is part of the basis for the budget planning. Lastly, for the long-term planning, it is consists the planning that are desired for both improvement and also the changes. It is basically stipulated by the reaching the medium range target and including the overall goals of the company sets for 4 or 5 years in the future.
For the overall SWOT analysis, as for the strength, the maintenance team has a lot of manpower that can be used in order to maintain this building. But having a lot of manpower will make the job quicker and easier to handle every work. For the weakness, one of the issues that occur at the Capacity Building is the lack of parking spaces. The total number of the parking spaces inside the building is insufficient for its building occupants. Next, for the opportunity, the data has been recorded and stored by the system, which it will make it easier for the maintenance team to find the records related to the maintenance work in the future. Moreover, the total life cycle of the building services also will be lengthened. And for the threat, the changes of the future economic fluctuation may affect the budget costs, and the allocations of the budget on those unnecessary items will create a pointless amount of the building's budget spent on it.
For the building maintenance and organization, the issue that occur is the intervention of two management parties being handled by KPKT and outsourced contractor beribu tradisi. Other issue is the ineffective of allocation of manpower. For example, the repetition of defect at each floor and building appearance are dirty. For the recommendation, we recommend that the restructure of building maintenance team delegate the maintenance work to the outsourced to maintain. Other than that, is implementation of worksheet attendance to make sure the work is done.
Next is on the building operation and maintenance. We found out the building mainly have these three main issues regarding to its building operation and maintenance. The first one is dilapidated services component. The issue here is the mechanical system in that building has some dilapidated components because of most of those components have been used for over 10 years. Next is the occupants' complaint about the slow elevator system. This can cause the user to wait a significant amount of time during peak hours in the morning. Lastly, based on visual inspection, the condition of the building facade looks dirty and has multiple visible stain marks on the curtain wall. This indicates the building rarely cleans the facade of the building. As for the recommendation, for first recommendation, the damaged or broken components need to be replaced according to the usage preference. Recommendation for second issues is to appoint an authorized person who is in charge and expertise in the motor and lift calibration system and recalibrating the entire elevator system in the building. Recommendation for last issues is to change the cleaning program of the building facade to be once every year instead of once every 5 years.
So for the issues that have been identified in building information technology system is the user request or complaint is still using traditional method even though the use have been provided in CMMS system. So as the result of interview with the representative of beribu tradisi, we have been informed that the user request or complaint through CMMS system is still in the early stage of development. So this process will affect the time consuming to process user requests or complaint that have been made. So the recommendation that have been proposed to resolve these issues is the full use of user request or complaint through CMMS system because this can save time for maintenance team to respond to the complaint. And in addition, several systems have been proposed to give an added value to this building, which is the knowledge management system. So this system can help the building to store and retrieve knowledge in order to improve understanding, collaboration and process coordinations. So another system that have been proposed is learning management system. So this system help to administer, document, track, report, automate and deliver educational courses, training programs or learning and development programs, and the concept is directly related with the e-learning. So this system provide the necessary to current employees to ensure that they not only develop effective work skills, but that they are also keep up to date on product change and retain relevant knowledge through new products and training.
In order to identify the conditions of the building, building condition assessment (BCA) is take place where the evaluation made is accordance to the building assessment rating system (BARIS). The data was taken directly from the report done by the maintenance team of KPKT and based on the observation during the site visit. Overall, the building is rating as fair, where the score obtained is at 4.93, which due to the defect that are found on the mechanical, which mostly poor and require immediate action. To put it simply, the analysis made is by analyzing on its element, which broken into three: mechanical, electrical, and also civil. So on the left chart is indicates the percentage of the defects occur on the element. Electrical represent 10 defects, mechanical represent 9 defects, and civil 10 defects. On the elements of electrical and civil, both have obtained good rating, which are mostly the defect repetitive from every floor. However, on the mechanical, there is one major defect labeled as dilapidated and another 5 defects is labeled as fair, and each defect must be corrected as soon as possible. From the analysis, there are 3 major issues has been identified. The first one is on the improper storage of appliances. This is on the electrical where the cables and wires are exposed in inappropriate state. Second, age of the appliances. Also on the electrical where the defects mostly found are inflatable battery and dysfunctions of light. Lastly, due to the high cost of human activities, cause numbers of defects on the fabric. So there are two recommendations would like to be suggested. The first one is on the maintenance planning. It is recommended to reschedule the maintenance planning so that the inspection work can be done bi-monthly, and the identifications of dysfunctions of component that can directly impact on the functionality of the system can be identified accordingly. And for the replacement work, it is necessary to take place with the selections of materials that are from the high quality and also made existing standard. From that, we can reduce or minimize the repetitions of defect that might be occurred.
Next, the issues regarding to building assets and space management is unorganized parking area. The problem here is the indoor basement parking spaces are inadequate for the total building occupants to park in, and will cause the occupants to park their car everywhere. The results of that will lead to a parking area from a massive piece of land right behind the building that is uncovered, unorganized, and have no safe access for the building occupants to go there. The solution for these issues is to properly create a permanent parking spot onto that land. The new parking area will be fenced and paved. The line of the lot parking will be marked, and security system as well as automatic gate system will be applied.
Next, the issue for the risk management in maintenance management. The first issue that occurs is that the maintenance team do not use any specific tools for the risk management. The impact of this situation, it can affect the continuity of the organizational activities and cause the minor problems to become major problems because the problems that do not identified from the earlier. The second issue is related to the firefighting procedures. This is because they use Iskandar as the intermediary in case the fire occur at the Kapikati building. In this situation, the occupants inside the building will facing or exposed to the danger or risk due to the procedure that will take longer of time and involve many parties. The first recommendation to overcome the issue is by using the specific tools, namely Operational Risk Management (ORM) tools to identify the risk at the Kapikati building. And the second one is by implementing the new procedures for the firefighting, which is by eliminating the use of Iskandar to speed up the process of contacting bomber in the event of fire.
The first issue found in the financial is error of interpretation data. This can lead to the high expenditure due to allocation budget on item not currently in the building. The second issue occur is incorrect item value for certain system. This is due to the same amount of value price, but the system have different priority in maintenance. For the recommendation of issues stated, the first one is proposed lighting energy efficiency features such as LED light bulb. This help to reduce the energy consumption in the building. Next is rechecking and reduce certain item value to reduce excessive financial budget. Lastly, we are recommended to increase 2% inflation rate every once in 2 years due to fluctuation.
Finally, for the conclusion, the Kapikati building is one of the government structure that serves as an office building. The structure need a whole require constant attention, particularly to its maintenance, to guarantee that it can function with maximum usage, fulfill user requirement, and extend its lifespan. There are several issues that have been found, and this issue will have a direct influence on maintenance management. Thus, some recommendations for suitable action have been made to put up for appropriate action.